Hi, home bakers! Today I'm in the kitchen making old-fashioned pineapple zucchini bread.
The tropical pineapple, creamy white chocolate, and naturally moist zucchini makes this dessert bread a cozy treat with just the right pop of flavors. Sweet, satisfying, and full of nostalgic charm.
This delicious dessert bread recipe is the perfect blend of garden-fresh zucchini, bright pineapple, and decadent white chocolate chips. This loaf is sunshine, comfort, and Grandma's kitchen all rolled into one. The perfect easy treat to use up some of that garden-fresh zucchini.
So let's get into the kitchen. This is how I make vintage pineapple zucchini bread.
The first thing I'm going to do for this recipe is prepare the loaf pans. I'm just using a little bit of oil on the sides and bottom of the loaf pans and then lining them with parchment paper. Then for the star of this recipe, I'm going to grate 2 medium zucchinis, or enough to give you 2 cups of grated zucchini. Since zucchini is mostly water, I'm going to spread the grated zucchini out on a kitchen cloth and sprinkle with a pinch of salt. I'm just using some of the salt from the pre-measured salt that I'm going to be using later on, so this won't affect the overall taste of the loaf. The recipe I'm using today is one of my grandmother's favorites that she used to make zucchini bread every year, so you know it's going to be full of old-fashioned goodness. Now set the zucchini aside for a few minutes. This is going to help extract the moisture locked inside the zucchini and will give me a cake that's less dense in texture. Now in a large bowl, add 1 cup of oil, 3 eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and 2 cups of sugar. I'm going to whisk this together until I have a light and creamy mixture. Now in a separate bowl, I'm going to add my dry ingredients. Whisk together 3 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. By now my zucchini is ready to squeeze out. Gather the kitchen towel tightly around it and squeeze out most of the moisture. I'm always surprised at how much comes out, and don't worry, there's still enough moisture left inside to give us a cake that will stay moist even when stored on the counter for a few days. Since my zucchini is now a compact little lump, I'm going to add it to the dry mixture along with some raisins. Mix it into the flour with your fingertips to break up any lump. This recipe is definitely showing its age as she has written here to use seedless raisins.
I don't even think I could find seeded raisins if I wanted to now anyway. The recipe says to put a half a cup of seedless raisins, but then beside it she wrote that she puts a whole cup of seedless raisins in. So you put in as many as you'd like. She also has in the recipe that you have the option of putting in sunflower seeds, sesame seeds, or chopped apples.
And now I can fold the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients until the mixture just comes together. The less you need to mix this batter, the more tender the cake will be in the end. Finally, to add that tropical summer burst of flavor, drain 1 can of pineapple chunks and add it to the batter along with 1 cup of white chocolate chips. Fold these gently into the batter. And now I can spread this flavor-packed quick bread batter into the 2 lined loaf pans that we prepared at the beginning. And my loaves are ready to bake in a preheated 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius oven for 1 hour, or until set and a skewer inserted into the center comes out clean. Then remove them from the oven and allow the bread to cool in the pan for 10 minutes before slicing and serving. Since it's packed with garden-fresh zucchini, it's going to stay fresh and moist even stored on the counter. Keep it covered and you can enjoy it over the next few days, which makes a quick and easy snack or wholesome grab-and-go breakfast packed with old-fashioned comfort. Each slice has that nostalgic taste with a sunny tropical flair. You can even make this garden-fresh recipe for neighbors and friends.
And as always, you can find a link to the full recipe in the description box below.
Enjoy! If you're a fan of deliciously simple vintage recipes and old-fashioned skills, then you'll want to check out this next video. Thanks for stopping by.